with me. I just want to let you know, damn it.
God damn it! I'm like, I've been getting cooked by a black conservative all morning.
Are you serious?
And dude, he got in my inbox trying to talk some craziness, man. And I was like, oh no, not today, brother.
You had to get him.
So I got him done. I got him taken care of. But and I'm just about to pull up and get my coffee, so y'all gonna have to excuse me. I'm about to be rude for a minute. Hold
do
on one
this shit while you're driving. God damn it, I don't care.
Hey, we ride around
you
the
know how I
February.
get
You're
on.
fine.
Hey, listen, if you at Starbucks, get the banana bread. Get the banana bread. That's the shit.
Here's the thing, man. I can't. I'm lactose intolerant.
Banana
there's some type of dairy in that.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I believe.
I don't know what it is.
I do too.
I love that banana bread, but I can't do it no more.
That shit is off the chain. I don't even go to Starbucks like that. It's been 10 years I've been to Starbucks, but I remember that damn banana nut bread. That shit is all right.
I ate half of it last time and got the business.
Listen, you beat Jeff Bezos out of space, didn't you?
Good morning. Can I get a hot Vinci mocha, non-dairy, with coconut milk and no whipped cream, an extra shot, 4 Splenda, stirred.
Well, brother,
you get non-dairy and coconut milk. That shit don't even sound
that
right.
is it today. Thank you.
What's up, Frida? You come on up too.
Hi, Frida.
I got a good hour before I come down. Get on up in here.
I want a double half calf.
It's an arty-farty order. Helen, you are an absolute damn mess. Oh my gosh, she's hilarious. There will be side effects. They most likely would be masculine side effects having that. What's happening first? Shit. For me, boom. Yeah, the man said 4 Splenda. Give him 4 Splenda, damn it. I like regular sugar. They also got raw sugar. I don't know if I want
another thing that will give me the business. This bariatric life is different. I can't do sugar. I can't do dairy. How you doing? That's for you.
That's that bullshit.
I'm doing well.
I would lose my mind if I couldn't have sugar in my diet. I tried to go without
red meat for a month. I
was ready to fight everybody.
You can do raw.
You forgot it? Okay. They're going to dock you a coffee, man. I'm telling you. They're going to dock you
I tried to eat red meat for a month. I was ready to fight everybody.
My favorite
I got
thing.
What's up, Mike?
Appreciate it. I'm going to stop for today. It'd be great. Thank you.
My favorite thing is to go into a coffee shop and order a double half calf.
They don't have them on.
Yeah. I just put them in. I just carry a mask.
Hold on a second. I want to see all y'all. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to see all y'all.
If you do that, your phone's going to freeze. Leave it alone. Honestly. Your phone will freeze if you go to that, just so you know.
See, you know all the ins and outs of this. I couldn't get on. Was it me yesterday or was Happs down yesterday?
Happs was down. There was a power outage. There was a power outage. Something. I saw a notification. Just so you know.
I had a beautiful stream I put up, and man, it was horrible. And then I found out that it might have not been me because I was cussing Happs' ass out.
Oops.
I had a beautiful stream, and dude, I'm gonna have to do it all over again because it's so worthy. Hold on one second.
Do it.
You know what
Y'all
happened
have a great day. Thank you.
What happened?
The other night I was on and we were in chat and I scrolled back to see what somebody said, and when I scrolled back it went all the way back past the Happs stuff they tell us every time. Right. And all of a sudden in my broadcast I was reading the comments in Blaine's broadcast.
Right.
And I only knew it was Blaine's broadcast because when I was reading the comments, people's like, oh, that's Blaine.
You're a mess.
Eleanor was there. It was funny.
Right. Yeah, when you're using your phone, just leave it on the where you can see the comments, because when you try to get it to where you see the camera, it freezes up. My phone freezes up like within 5 minutes. My tablet does too. So
I did not know that.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man. See, I do all that craziness on purpose, so I see how to work this mess. That's why I picked on Mike one time. Mike came out of the studio. He tried to do it on his iPad. He like to lose his shit. I said, now you see what everybody's complaining about. I was hearing people too yesterday.
So can I ask y'all something? Because y'all all creators.
Talk about it.
Do y'all ever get on that Happs community thing of the week, to talk?
Yeah.
Because I asked.
I've been on there. You got to catch them.
Never asked.
They can't read. They can't read on the damn questions they get. They get so many damn comments and questions back to back to back. They can't catch them all. They try to. I leave them alone because I've been up there more than.
See, I didn't know if that was a real broadcast.
Hmm.
Okay.
I hear you, Mike. Mike, you go to hell on. I hear you. You cut me off your show. I tried to come back. You didn't reinvite me, and now you want to jump over here. And I sent you an invite. You ain't up here yet. You're picking. I'm on your ass. I'm on your ass. We had a great
I
convo
see you
the other
laughing, my
night.
Helga.
Getting some work done. Now wait a minute. Now how
Oh,
you? I
yes, I
invite you,
do.
and then you do your own broadcast. This woman is a mess. You do a week and watch a week. Takara said, I know she's at work though.
Hey,
I know she's at work. I sent all of y'all invites. If you ain't up here, it's your own fault. You did do 4 hours of broadcasting. I saw that. You played some good music, Mike, for real though. That was some great jams you had this morning. Real good. Real good, honestly. 2 songs I'm gonna have to go look up. But yeah, what I gotta do? I'll wait for the music till later. Chrissy's good. Talking about her condition. Brother Shane, you've been dropping some good info lately. I have been meaning to chop it up with you, and like you told me to take notes, I'm ashamed that I have not. Because there is some issues I want to talk with you about too. I'm sitting here watching this. New York's about to put a mandate back down too for the masks. Everybody just carry one with you. It's in your best interest. Some people got to have them. Some places don't mind.
I believe that this stuff is gonna start changing on us like in the middle of the day. They're gonna start passing stuff, and we'll be out. And I just believe they're gonna start mandating certain things. It's gonna get crazy.
Well, it's going
It's
back to
gonna
what it
get
was
crazy.
last year. What they're trying not to do is shut everything down because people want to shut everything down again. But some of these independent business folks can't afford that. I keep telling people those independent business folks was hurting last year. Bad. So everybody just put your mask on and damn it, clean yourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Clean yourself. That's all you got to do. Clean yourself and we'll make it. But
I
this
just
other
got a
mess,
shower. I don't need another one
well,
yet.
thank you. And also, just so y'all know, I had a partner of mine. He went to Six Flags in Atlanta last weekend. He said when he went, a lot of the rides weren't even open.
Uh-huh.
And then some of the souvenir shops, they kept them closed. I said, I can tell you why. Because the minute they get in there, somebody's ass gonna get sick, and who they gonna sue?
Yeah.
Who they gonna sue? So
Yeah.
I'm not going nowhere again. If you're gonna have a music park where only the kiddie rides are open, none of the grown folks rides, that's some bullshit. That's a waste of money. Cause my ass will be on the damn roller coaster someday. I'm gonna let the kids ball out, but that's some stingy ass shit. You
Right. Right. Yeah. It's gonna get worse. I just believe it's gonna get worse. Uh, Probably before mid fall.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
you know once
they're
it
gonna
gets
figure
cold,
some
it's a
things
wrap.
out. But when is
Once it
the
gets
election?
cold,
When are the? I see all these little weird elections and stuff. Is that just these individual states? Because is there like an
yes.
election around November, like
No,
for something?
I think the midterms are for 2 years. Matter of fact,
Midterms are in 22, but
okay,
you're
this
seeing
must be the
people like,
local elections. It must be the local
okay,
elections. Yeah,
like Nina Turner and all these people. They keep talking about these special elections and stuff. So that's just localized stuff then.
yeah, I think it's local.
Okay,
Eleanor, I'm
okay,
trying to think. Every 2 years of the midterms, and we just put Biden. Biden just got put in office this year, so it might be 22, like you said.
yeah.
But I know there's a local election here. I think coming up the end of this year. So there might be a local elections where you're at too. Can they sue? They choose to go to the super spreader event.
Anybody can sue. That
You can
doesn't mean
sue
they'll
any and
win, but
everybody, but you
anybody can
can't
sue.
sue the main manufacturer. That's why whoever you're suing may not be who you're getting the money from because the main manufacturer is the one you're supposed to go after, but you can't sue them. That's the kicker. I could sue any business, but when the business try to go after somebody, they're not gonna get their money back because you can't sue the pharmaceutical folks. But you can sue Six Flags, you can sue the supermarkets, you can sue the
No,
JC Penney and all them, and they ain't who the hell you after in the first place. That's not who
It's
you're
always
after.
been that way.
And I heard, what was it, Bike Week earlier this year, them folks was down there with no mask and everything. I said, y'all done lost y'all damn minds.
You
Because
know
it
what
wouldn't have been.
scares me?
What's that?
I saw this Lollapalooza is in Illinois now. It's not a traveling show anymore. But they actually were asking people when they came in to prove that they were vaccinated.
Yeah, which is illegal.
Yeah, and it scares the shit out of me because I'm not going to be able to go anywhere.
No. Not being funny, no. your condition? Hell no. And I am sorry. But for your own health, for your own safety, and for our facts and our damn intentions, no. Any and everybody can pass it. Any and everybody can catch it. Your ass is super duper susceptible. Super duper. You don't need to get sick. You probably be like, I'm sick, I'm all right. Nah.
It scares me. My dad
When I had strep throat
6
2
years
months
old
ago,
and he got the
and that way
vaccine.
that shit kicked on me, nah, you don't need nothing, Chrissy. Straight up. Stay your ass home.
I do.
Stay your ass home. I'll be scared to take you out to the backyard. You know what I'm saying? The shit's airborne. Somebody gonna cough across the street and you'll catch it in an hour. Fuck that. You can't just sue anybody.
Somebody
You have to
coughs
have
in the way
criteria, sufficient evidence. You're right, Eleanor, but people just try to sue any and everybody anywhere. You went out for a little bit, bro. Wait till your signal gets a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
I hear you, but it's muffled and your camera's freezing. But go ahead. He'll be back in a second. Go ahead. Say it again.
Brother Shannon.
Yeah, he's driving, so I know his signal's going in and out. Wait till it gets stronger, bro. Freed, I know what you're saying. You're exactly right. That's exactly what I'm telling her. She can't breathe the same shit we breathing. She cannot.
Us idiots.
Yeah, we had to biodome your ass.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. The one thing that shocked the hell out of me was I've had 3 people come up to me and tell me that I wouldn't be sick if I didn't wear the mask. Said I wasn't born wearing a mask, asshole.
They're stupid. Anyway. Shannon, you back now. What was you saying, bro?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I was saying was, and it might not be even a real concern. It might just be a concern of mine. So, like, when someone gets sick now, you were talking about strep throat and different things.
He going in and out. Information, man. If you still on Happs, man, come on up, bro. I ain't talked to you in a minute either. How you been?
Yeah.
You froze out. Come back again, bro.
Been like you think people are getting struck? People are getting struck with something and then have it. I mean, have it maybe not a little bit of COVID, but you know what I'm saying? Like, are strains of strep throat or strains of whatever, are they coming through worse? Are people? Because like they said, there was only 1,500 documented cases of the flu last year. That's crazy as hell.
We know better than that shit because they made everything COVID-19 related. That's why they don't have anything flu.
Well, you know, though, another reason that people didn't get the flu was because of they weren't, like, schools were closed, everything was closed.
No, what they did was flu-like symptoms fell under COVID complications. Now, when the hospitals diagnosed you with COVID, they got funding for it. I see your information, man. You good, bro?
I did know
Good
that.
seeing you. Like I said, miss you up here, man. Come on back when you get a chance. But that was the whole thing. They took the flu numbers down and put the COVID numbers up. They took the cold numbers down and put the COVID numbers up. They put the sinusitis numbers down and put the COVID numbers up. Yeah, everything was COVID related. That's why they had COVID-19 symptoms. Look at that damn list. Half of what we normally have falls under COVID.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it was. And there's a difference between having coronavirus and having COVID. Damn it, I hope everybody starts remembering that shit. There's a difference between having coronavirus and COVID. Flat out. You can have coronavirus and be fine. People hear coronavirus and get shook. Coronavirus has been out there. Yes, sir.
Okay, so when someone says that they died with COVID-like symptoms,
it wasn't COVID. It was a COVID-like symptom. When you get a chance, pull up the list. Everything that fought. God damn it! You know what? I'm screen sharing today. Fuck this shit. Hold on.
You know I always take you there. So
I know you do. Goddamn.
I'm gonna ask a question to get the answer.
Right. And I'm here for it. Let me see. I got to work on doing this shit anyway.
Here's another thing that I was gonna ask y'all about. So is Happs working on, like, because you do screen shares. I've seen you do screen shares before.
You barely seen me do it. I ain't good at this shit. Don't make me lie to you.
Elle does it. Ellen.
Ellen's fucking awesome.
So maybe that. Okay, I've seen them on y'all when y'all do like the bulk tasks and whatnot.
Yes.
So are they going to get into like green screen? Are they going to get into more technically advanced? Even if it's like the green screen that Zoom does. I don't know what Zoom does, but that's not really a green screen. It's just a digital background.
Yeah.
It just allows you to back.
Zoom's alright, but this is a little bit better than Zoom to me personally
Oh
because
no, not the platform. I'm sorry. I try to be concise because you know I'm long-winded. Not the platform itself. Just
yes,
that I'm not a techie guy, so I don't know. But like if you do
yeah, rock with us for a
StreamYard
minute.
green screen and you do a green screen on Zoom, it's totally different. Green
Right, I'm gonna
screen,
put
you
this
don't
on the
need to
screen for
actually.
you.
Okay.
When you get a chance, go ahead and hit that show live button real quick and then come off of it within like 2 minutes of your phone as a freeze. Information there. I see what you're saying. I'm on YouTube, but I don't have a YouTube channel. I am subscribed to your page. We'll get together about that. Michael Jordan, what's the difference between COVID and the coronavirus? The coronavirus is the virus specifically. COVID is coronavirus infectious disease. Like HIV is the virus, AIDS is the disease. If you can understand that similarity, then you see what I'm
I
talking
got
about.
you. I just read that.
Yeah.
Okay, I see how they doing it now.
Now, let me help
I
you
see
out.
how they.
Let me help you out, bro. That's the short list. Because what's missing off of this list, if you all can see it, is autoimmune disorders. Now, you add that list to this shit, and you'll start seeing what's really going on.
Wait,
Wait a
what do you
minute.
mean?
Wait a minute.
Why
Wait a
would
minute.
autoimmune
So
disorders be symptoms?
No.
AIDS is
Autoimmune disorders used to be on that list last year. They took it off.
For
As a
what?
They took
symptom?
it off as a condition of a COVID-related symptom. Yes,
Oh,
autoimmune disorders
Is
is
it,
under
wait,
that
what do you
shit.
mean as
an
a condition
autoimmune
of
disorder is its
COVID?
own thing. It's not something from anything.
No. Autoimmune disorders fell under COVID symptoms. If you had an
Oh,
autoimmune disorder and you went to the
yeah.
hospital, they put it
Diabetes
down
is
as a
an
COVID symptom.
autoimmune disorder, though.
Yes,
Like,
it is. Absolutely.
why
Guess what
would
else was? Blood pressure, low oxygen levels. All that shit was on that list last year.
Hey,
Oh no,
Nelson,
I got you a
low
direction too.
hey, I can
oxygen
die from the regular flu
levels?
too.
hmm You can already do that using the snap camera.
wow.
Yeah, just so you know. Just so y'all know. That's from
So they
Media.
on some bullshit with these symptoms. Asthma
Asthma.
too,
Thank you,
Frida?
Frida. Come on, Frida. Give me that list, damn it. Tell them I ain't lying, please. Tell them I ain't lying.
Well, they're things that can make it worse. If you have them, it can make having COVID worse. But I'm confused as how it could be a symptom.
Because when you look at this list, hang on, I'm putting it back up. Let me bring it back up real quick.
Okay,
It's
Because I need you to.
listed as a
and I said
symptom. It
all
doesn't
that,
mean it
and I
is.
said all that to say this. Why are you checking that out? I didn't mean. I'm sorry if I overtalked somebody right
You ain't
there.
overtalk nothing. Bring that truth.
No,
Come
no,
on.
you're fine.
So my biggest problem is when I saw these people passing away. A lot of them I knew had compromised systems before.
Exactly.
So
That's my thing.
when they said that they had COVID, they may have not died just from COVID. They may have died from whatever else was plaguing their body pre-COVID.
They
Exactly.
it was
Pre-existing
because
conditions.
it
Pre-existing
was it
conditions.
was
Yes.
because those conditions catching COVID became much more um deadly is what it was. It
Accessible.
yeah, if they had never gotten COVID, though, they probably wouldn't have died just from having those conditions.
hmm
I won't die
Because
Okay,
from
and
COVID. I
COVID
know
and
what
I'll
I'll
is
die
fuck
from.
symptom.
and I'll fuck with that. And I'll fuck with that. But they never would have died if they didn't have those conditions just by getting COVID.
Not necessarily true. Not necessarily true.
My wife died and she didn't have anything,
Not
I'm
necessarily
dying
true, bro.
anyway.
Okay,
but
so
she
okay,
was healthy. Like
You see what Frida said, Shannon? You see what Frida said?
okay. Yes, asthma. It means that individuals with these weak immune systems are easier to get. Okay,
right,
so
Absolutely.
you're compromised with asthma, so you are more susceptible to getting
Yes.
COVID because of
Yes.
asthma.
Yes. That's what
well,
those symptoms are. You are more susceptible based
And
off
what
this
if
list.
I
I
don't know if
broke
they're
my
more.
leg
Well, I guess
and I
they're
died?
more susceptible because yeah, their immune system would be lower. But getting COVID, like so something like asthma, something that like COVID that's affecting your breathing. I mean, of
Yes.
course, it's going to be even worse for someone who
Now,
has a condition.
gotcha. Now, Helga, what you said about if you broke your neck and you died,
Yeah, I would
that's
die.
not a COVID. That's not a COVID related
Yeah,
symptom.
but definitely I would be declared that. Uh,
By COVID,
yeah,
I know
definitely
they try to do that on a few people. I know,
they
but that's
did it.
bullshit.
They
That's
did it.
bullshit. Yeah, they did it. It's bullshit.
Everything
That's
was COVID.
That's bullshit.
Well, everything
Everything,
couldn't have been COVID.
because that's how the
And by the
hospitals
way,
got
Of
funding.
anything
That's how they
else.
got funded. Yeah, they made money
by
off
the
of that.
way,
If I got
the
COVID, I
list,
wouldn't die from COVID. If I got COVID and I died, it would be because my body killed me, if that makes any sense at all.
yeah,
It makes sense
yeah.
to you, lady.
I am my own stalker. Yeah.
That's right. Let me see what else we got here. Symptoms. Did that. And this is not the
So
list that I was looking for. The one that came out last year had like 30 different conditions on here.
when they talked about initially, because now it's kind of flatlined because they really done did statistics and seeing how many non-black people have died of this. When black people were getting it and dying at disproportionate levels, it was because black people have health issues at disproportionate levels
Yes,
Like
because black
sickle cell.
people
yes,
sickle cell, right,
Sickle
right,
cell's
Well,
an
it's
excellent
right.
example. Big ups, Chrissy. I forgot
specifically
about
in
sickle cell. I was going to
yes.
say diabetes and high blood pressure. They were using that.
Well, yeah.
They
Well,
were emphasizing that last
diabetes
year.
it weakens your immune system. I mean,
Yes, it does. It's not
so
that you let
Right.
it get COVID,
And
because yes,
and
but if you get it, you
I
have to admit,
appreciate that,
yes.
Helen. And this is all for educational purposes. We are not trying to
Right.
put out any type of misinformation. We are not trying to put out medical information. This is not for anybody to follow. This is just a conversation amongst friends.
Appreciate that.
So, please, if anybody is listening, that we are not trying to give anybody
Nope.
information about medical,
I'm
about
just showing
COVID, about
y'all what's up.
coronavirus. We're just carrying on a conversation amongst friends.
I'm just showing y'all what's up. This is what they telling us.
Hey,
Right.
that's the
Go
way
for
we always
yours.
roll.
Go for yours. I'm showing
Right,
y'all what they
Tony?
telling us. What'd you say?
I said that's the way we always roll.
Damn right. I'm gonna tell you what they got. Let me see if I can find this other stuff I was looking for. Symptoms, coronavirus, yeah, variants. Okay, variants of the virus. This is becoming more and more interesting to anybody who is unaware of what's going on.
So catching COVID is literally like a life risk for
A lot of
your
people.
baby and Eddie, Frida. I mean, that's
yeah.
literally, we're talking about a life risk.
Right. Okay, this is pretty good for everybody right now. And this is off of CDC website. These are the variants in the US. Now, remember when I told you the other day they had some letters that was up there and I said they were missing a few letters?
Yeah.
This is why. And I see it now. They say it's in the US, but some of the other letters may be in other areas of the world.
Right. A virus by its nature, its job is to survive. Its
Yes.
job is to keep itself going.
Yes.
So as people get vaccinated, it's going to mutate itself.
Yep.
As people get it and then live from it and then build up antibodies, it's going to mutate itself because that virus, its job is to live.
It evolves. Plain and
Viruses
simple.
live.
It evolves. I agree, Helen. It does mutate. Whether you vaccinated or not, once you get it and you go through it, it has mutated. Straight up. Vaccinated or not, it's going to happen. So we're going to have variants. Now, here's my problem. Last summer, there were over 30 already. I don't know where it just stopped at 4.
Say that again, Tony?
Last summer, there were over 30 different variants already. I had a friend of mine, she was looking at some stuff. We was all checking it out last year. That's why I keep a mask with me. The vaccination was only for the strains before Delta, so now Delta's the new one. That's why they want everybody to get boosters. It's going to be up to us whether we never get a booster.
Well,
Come on.
Don't you start, Helga.
Each 6 months for
Yep.
another variant.
They're
Come
going
on.
to want everybody to get a booster by December. I already heard that one coming.
And what did he just got on
And then
TV
connected with the
last
internet.
week.
well, we know that even if
He
you
was on
catch
news.
COVID and you build up your immunities that way, that the immunities don't last in people.
Oh Jesus.
No matter
Christ.
how, no matter
Listen,
how.
guys.
That's just it how
Listen,
they
guys.
work.
The
Yes, ma'am.
test.
You don't always just keep the holy crap, the immunities you build up. You don't just keep them with everything. Or
Right.
you would never get strep throat, or you'd never get colds. Some things you just you don't keep those.
Yeah, I know. See who I'm missing here. Who am I
I have
missing?
a
Who am I missing?
question.
Take us. Come on.
What if the test that they force all of us to do, what if,
Who has forced us?
They
I'm
haven't forced us.
sure
well,
that you're forced to
if
do
you
anything.
want to go, well, here they do. If you want to go to uh, 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 a movie, a bar, if you want to go for dinner, you have to be
Oh, they
proved.
forcing tests on you? Are you serious?
You have to, yeah.
Just
Look,
being tested. Why?
look. You have to show that you are vaccinated or that you have a negative test.
There's places
Wow.
in the States that are doing that now too.
I haven't
And
heard
I'm
that.
going to, and there is a car in
But
another
that's not
city
forcing you.
close
That
by.
just means if you want to enjoy those things, you have to. I mean, no one's forcing anyone. I mean, I think really
That's supposed to be illegal.
There
It
is a
is
car
supposed to be illegal.
driving.
Tony, look up
illegal
Lollapalooza
where?
in
It's like a
Naperville.
completely different country than we are. Like, I'm just. I mean, laws don't apply to the world.
Tony,
Photos showing the mostly maskless crowd at Lollapalooza 2021. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. Hey, Shannon,
Yes, sir.
turn that shit off.
Oh, my fault. I got a
Mother-
video. It's so funny. Okay, and you'll see the video. I'll actually put it up on Happs.
I know you will. Turn that shit off.
Oh.
I'm sitting here damn near jamming. What do you want to see, Chrissy?
I did not need to put that music.
No, I said look up Lollapalooza in Naperville, Illinois.
Naperville.
And again, these things, we have to realize that private businesses can restrict. They can make up rules and restrict people, and until it reaches Supreme Court and it's
Yes,
passed
they can.
discrimination,
Yes,
it's absolutely legal.
and it's going to get thrown the hell out if you try to call discrimination because they have a right to do that.
I'm wondering if they deal with like people that can't though, like what like people that legitimately cannot get the
Take your time.
vaccine. Yes, thank you. Like they can't help that they can't get it. Like
No, they cannot. I agree.
so
No. Okay.
But if somebody comes there and dies, that location and that establishment or that business is liable, and they are going to let them get sued. That's the catch-22.
Okay.
they could put out a blanket statement though, and just have people sign things with, or they come in and say that there's a possibility that you're going to catch something and die because that's how it's out in the world right now, to cover their asses.
That's exactly what's in the world. Yeah, that's exactly
But
what's in the
not a
world.
lot of people talk about that because people like me are the exception, not the rule. A lot of people actually say, well, that's like collateral damage.
Look what they start to do in our country.
It isn't
So it's in your best interest.
like it's
I know, Al.
exactly.
This is a car from the CDC here in Holland. They drive in the.
Hold on, Helga. Start it over. Hold on, I'm throwing you on the main
We
screen.
won't be able to understand it anyway, though.
It's Dutch.
We don't speak Dutch. Or maybe you do. I don't know.
What are they doing?
The car is telling people that they.
De GGD staat vandaag tot 7 uur en komt voor elkaar aan de Kastelein in Breda.
Okay.
I heard vaccinate and fuck it.
Yes. They say if
That's
you
all I
don't
heard,
have the
vaccinate and fuck it.
vaccine yet, today until 7 o'clock, you can come and have your vaccine.
Okay,
Okay.
that's on them.
They're not saying you have to.
No, 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 no. But listen, all of us know from the moment that this bullshit started that they wanted us to vaccinate it. Okay,
Yes,
in
yes,
every
yes.
message that they tell us you have to get vaccinated. So we know already.
Right, right.
And if you don't
They're
get the
pushing it.
vaccine, we don't want the vaccine. Don't you get it?
Oh, I
We
wanted
all
to.
get it. You don't have to. We don't have to. They're forcing it, like you said, and
No,
people are
but
turning it
then
down
they
left and
come
right.
with this nonsense.
Are you kidding?
Yes.
If they force me to get the vaccine, y'all gonna hear about it, and I want it all over the internet. But they're not gonna.
Oh, we'll do it.
It's just too.
Yeah.
I did respond well on my first
Yeah,
shot.
me
Hell,
too.
got me,
I'm
got
going
to see
to
me doing
go
that. It was
live.
horrible, but I want to go out there again and do right. And I got what you're saying, Hunger. You want to go out, you want to do things. It's in your best interest
Yeah.
based on what's going on. It ain't even the fear no more. It's the fact that I got a guy I work with now. He just caught it. I got another guy. He was a close contact. So we're starting all over again right here where I'm at. I'm not gonna
Christina,
lie. If you're around people that's getting sick or people catching it, I'm not mad at you for getting the shot.
Well, and the shot isn't going to make you not get coronavirus. Let's be very clear on that.
We
It's
are.
just going to hopefully make it so you don't
yep.
die.
Yes, it's gonna
Uh,
The
decrease the
information they gave
severity of
my
your
dad and my
condition.
brother said that it didn't mean that they didn't have to protect themselves otherwise.
Right. The whole thing is about protecting yourself and boosting your immune system. Now everybody's got to be healthy. I almost don't recommend
You know
anybody to
what?
get the shot. That's not healthy. My man's is in the
You
house.
know
He's
what?
here.
I realize all the information that I hear from you all is what the CDC
Yes.
I don't
uh, sh-
listen to the CDC.
and the news, the mainstream
Yes.
news.
I don't
Yes.
watch the news.
The vaccinated scapegoat, they're blaming them instead. I
Is that
agree,
all the
Freedom. That's
news?
exactly correct.
Is that all the
The
news there
news
is
is
about this?
emphasizing. It's the biggest news. Everything else nobody's paying attention to. Politics is bullshit. Everybody knows it.
There are
We
other
got the storms,
platforms.
right? But we got the
No, no, no. I
storms,
mean about
and
the COVID. We have other
there are the platforms,
platforms.
but nobody knows what they are. That's the
Okay,
kicker.
What?
They don't know which
no, they
platforms to
are.
get
I
it from.
literally just read medical journals. I don't get the
Right.
newspaper. I don't have a TV.
Right.
I was on WebMD a lot last year.
I don't look at WebMD. Like
No,
literal
they was good. They was good. If
journals.
you telling me something, no, if they were terrible, they were great.
Thank you for
WebMD
noticing
just
that,
makes
Freedom.
everybody think that everything's killing them. Uh,
This is true. This is
they're
true.
like, you died last week, in fact.
Trying to bring y'all back up. I'm sorry.
I'm a prime example. I mean, COVID came along and I'm dying. Oh wait, I was before COVID.
Jesus,
exactly.
this woman. This woman.
You can laugh. I laugh. If I don't laugh, then
I'm scared. I'm gonna laugh, and you gonna mean it for real. I'm gonna make you cry. No, I'm not laughing.
no, you're never gonna ask L.
But
I
it's
You
so
forgot
own
we
true.
was
down
on
on
the
here.
broadcast when you started bawling, and we don't even know why it started. How it started.
You know, we
None of
all
this
That
would.
had nothing to do with
We
any
didn't
of
know. We
this.
didn't know. We didn't know.
I
There.
know.
I
I
knew.
know.
I'm glad you knew
But
all along.
I'm really yeah.
Yeah.
The odds of that happening again are very rare, but it had to do with other things outside of
I
Yes.
just
COVID.
make people cry.
Oh God. Alrighty, what we got here?
Skill.
Day 3 proceeds with mask requirement amid COVID concerns. I
Oh,
mean, it only makes sense. Hell, people tend to forget it's airborne. Will y'all stop the bullshit? It's airborne.
I mean, there wouldn't have to be requirements if humans could just act humanely.
Exactly. Illinois has reported over
what? Humans
11,600
act
COVID 19
humanely.
cases over the last 7 days, although COVID 19 patients comprise just 4% of total hospitalizations and 7% of ICU beds. Really? Now, there's something they're not telling everybody.
Huh. I didn't. I wasn't.
What?
What did you say?
Illinois has reported over 11,600 new COVID-19 cases over the last 7 days, although COVID-19 patients comprise just 4% of total hospitalizations and 7% of ICU beds.
You know
What they
why that
normally
is?
tell, well, not to cut you off, but give me a second. What they normally telling people is the hospital is filling up with
Bro.
COVID-19 patients, but
But
that
you know
number
why
saying no, the
they're
fuck
not?
they aren't.
And do you know why they're not?
Why not?
Because people that get vaccinated aren't ending up in the hospital.
Okay, I'll give you that. But what they're telling people is the hospitals are filling back up.
No, that's exactly what they didn't just say.
That's my point. They're switching it. They're switching the
No,
news
they're
up. That's
not
what Helga's
switching.
talking
The
about.
vaccine is what is making people not end up in the hospital.
Not all of them, baby.
Thank you.
So who's
That's my
No,
point.
the ones that are dying are the unvaccinated.
That's what the
No,
news
that's
says.
not true.
That's what the
And it
news
is
says.
true, though.
Appreciate you, Molly.
Oh,
Thank you.
honey. Do you
No,
want to have
I mean,
other?
you can get on sites and you can believe what they're saying from doctors that aren't even doctors. I am going to listen to the professions in it. It's not like I'm not going to go to
Like
Dr.
Dr.
Ray
Fauci?
and find out about doctors. Like, I mean, I mean they study in the field. They like. I mean,
These aren't just two friends having a debate. We are not trying to pass off.
The
This
doctors
is what we do. This is
know
what
Y'all
we
ain't gonna,
do.
y'all ain't gonna, y'all ain't gonna have a CDC showing up in my shit talking about, we need to talk about minutes 37 to 39 and what you meant on. No.
They are
Now,
going to the hospital and dying, but they're not going to the hospital and dying at extreme numbers. There will
well,
always
Eleanor,
there
and
will
she's a doctor.
always be
She's a
outliers.
doctor.
I
She's
don't
a
know.
doctor. I'm just saying, she's a doctor. She's there. I would love to have somebody in the medical profession come up here and tell me what they're seeing, because I talk to folks on the phone. They're telling me this shit is for real. They were saying this is
My
last year.
daughter
They said it's
is
not
a
playing.
nurse in the COVID wing in Arizona, and
Thank you.
look,
It's a mixture.
I know she done lied to me about some things she had to lie to her daddy about, but the one thing I know she has not lied to me about is this, and this shit is real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody's saying this shit is for real.
It's not what's on the news. It's not what's on the news. It's not what they're perpetuating. I'm not telling anybody to or not to. I would never do that, because that's your own right to do what you need to do. I
Agreed.
do what I have to do to protect me and my family, and that's what we did. Now, as my daughter, I just asked her, what's it really like? When she damn near started crying, because they're not telling us the truth.
They're not.
We're not getting the truth on your CNNs, your MSNBCs, your C-SPAN,
CNBC,
Fox,
your
whatever.
Fox,
It don't
all that
matter.
shit, right?
We're not getting any of the truth there. The truth is in these facilities. The truth is with the people that are on the front lines. So when I start hearing that literally to toe tag people and call it COVID that they were getting money for,
Thank
this
you.
is a money play.
Thank
Yes.
you.
This is a money play.
Huge
And you just
money
reconfirmed
play.
that again, Brother Tony, a couple of days ago. I mean, literally, you became a coupon.
Yes.
You became a coupon if you passed away during that time, and that elevated the revenue streams for a lot of these health facilities, medical
Absolutely.
facilities, and I mean, and then there was a whole other play, because those bodies couldn't go to your places where they were going to be either cremated or have services.
Yes.
There's been so many revenue streams that have been created, and that money's not on the ground. That's all high level bread.
Boom.
That's all. Yeah, it's all high level bread. It's
And
way
that
above
is what
our pay
Helga
grade.
is telling everybody. That is exactly what she's telling everybody.
right.
They
But
said
the
that shit
reason they
last year.
couldn't go to those facilities though is because there were so many freaking bodies.
What they were doing was, when they diagnosed you with COVID, they got funding for it. They got huge funding
Not all
for it.
hospitals automatically got funding though.
Yes, they did. The minute
You
you
know,
put
they
COVID
did
down, money came their direction.
Many hospitals that
So
would get
remember, the World
funding, just because a patient had COVID doesn't mean the hospital will get funding.
Well, here's the thing. The
they have to
World
have
Health
programs set up
Organization
for the
is the
funding.
largest.
Like,
They were the largest group and the most controlled group,
right, I
the
get
one
that.
group that was
But
in the
I'm
most
just
control
saying,
on the globe. So
automatically,
when you
it
put something down
automatically
under a global
happen.
pandemic, they can send the funding in your direction.
Right.
Real
Period.
strong business plan.
Not right.
Well,
So what they did was, and then what you're saying about the cremating and the disposal of dead bodies, they had to put them in the ground. They couldn't put them in a regular moratorium. You're correct, because people tend to forget. You could be dead, they could burn you, but that virus might still live and it might still spread. So they buried
They
them
literally
underground.
didn't have enough.
what about
They could have been cremated by
fertilizer?
24 hours a day, 7 days a week,
It
and
could
they're
have. You're
too
right, Helga. Fertilizer. This shit is huge. This shit is huge. In my words, just don't catch the motherfucker.
It doesn't mean because we don't believe that those things are happening. It doesn't mean they don't happen.
Helen just said some real shit. I didn't think about that. Oh, I didn't think about that. If a death is recorded as suspected COVID, they don't have to do an autopsy to confirm it. Oh, shit. That just opened
They
up
are
another
not
door.
allowed to do. They are not allowed to do
No, you can fake a death
autopsy.
with it. People ain't thinking about that. You can fake a death with it.
But guess what?
Oh, shit.
Autopsy has been done by Italian
Yeah, they did it first last year, right? They were
uh,
doing autopsies last year.
autopsy. How do
They
they
were honest
call
about the
those?
payouts.
Yeah,
Thank you, Deb. How you doing,
yeah,
lady?
yeah,
Good seeing you up
yeah,
here. Deb
yeah,
barely comes on my broadcast. What's happening, Deb?
yeah.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. I ain't see my man's down there. I ain't see my man's down there. He's back, y'all. That's right.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
What's up, bro?
I'm going to
Hey,
tell.
how's everybody doing?
Good, how you doing, brother?
Man,
All right, I see you got we got my
doing
Freeman
well.
Media up here, and
Yes, sir.
all the good folks. You guys are having a great conversation
Strong conversation. You know I
about
love.
what's
I live
going
for this shit.
on.
I live for this shit.
Yeah,
Go for
how's
yours.
everybody doing? To the
Good,
ladies on
man.
the panel, peace and respect to everybody. Good morning to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know,
information.
let me stir up the pot a little bit. Let me ask
Come on.
everybody a question.
I wanted you up here on purpose. Do it, damn it.
As Americans, those of us that live in America as Americans, do you believe that as Americans that we are how can I say, we are easily triggered, we are frazzled and dazzled, we overstate what we think is happening to us because we have been spoiled by some of the freedoms that we have. We talk
Very
about
entitled.
a lockdown. I live in California. We were one of the first states to be on a lockdown. Everybody, I was still able to go to the park. I was still able to go out and go shopping. I was an essential worker. I was still able to go to work and drive on the road. No cops. Nobody stopped me and said, "Where are you going?" All they did in California was put a time restriction on the time that a business can open and the time that business had to close. And then they said they didn't want anyone going to indoor dining at the time. And I've been covering this COVID situation way back when people thought in America that it was only going to stay in China, which is kind of goofy because people travel back and forth.
Facts.
So I have been looking at this thing way back when and talking about this. I got tons of videos on it, and I was one of the ones among many people out there, of course, who believed that there was something unusual about the whole laboratory situation in Wuhan, where they do experiment with biological weapons experiments, and there was rumors or thoughts out there that maybe this got out not because of some damn animals in a market, because not only Asian people of the Asian persuasion in China, what have you, but people have been eating exotic animals throughout all cultures for thousands of years. In Australia, they eat fried bat wings. In Texas, you got bats that come out at night flying around in parts of Texas, the state of Texas. So if this whole thing is about bats giving it to humans, well, why didn't we ever see this virus come about years and years and years ago when people have been eating exotic foods forever? So it makes me wonder, is this whole thing modified? Now, I told you this before, Tony D, that I know a brother personally. He's on YouTube. He was in the military. He retired from the military. What did he do in the military? He worked in biological weapons, chemical engineering. And he told me on a private in a conversation that we had, he said, you got to use common sense. how long can a virus live outside of the body, outside of a host? Because they say that the Delta variant is airborne and it's faster, it's rushing to get to people. And the question you got to ask is, why is it that Dr. Fauci, any of the scientists out there, never break down the fact that, wait a minute, viruses technically cannot live outside a host for only so long before they die themselves.
Organically, yes.
Organically. So if people are being vaccinated, and then there's people who are not vaccinated, but still, before that virus gets to you or finds you, it could only live that far. Remember, they first came out and said if you touch surfaces, you could catch it. That was a lie. A virus can't live that
they
long.
didn't know. Like, we have to.
Right.
I mean, them not
I know
knowing
what you're saying,
something
Eleanor. They did
isn't
say that. I know
making
what
it
you're
a
saying.
Are you
lie.
sure they didn't know?
Well, what I'm trying to
But
say is that if we
Listen,
use our
there
common
was an
sense,
event.
we don't even need to listen to these scientists at CDC or what have you. If you use common sense and you do your own research, viruses can only live outside of a host for so long. So what my boy was telling me
But
is that
each
because
virus
he's
can live out for different lengths of time depending on what the virus is. It's not.
yeah,
It's
Hold
not
on,
that
that's
they
what they
talked about it.
let me
you're
finish
right.
let me finish my
Hold
point
on,
That's
here.
what he's
before you
getting
finish
to.
your
Here,
point,
go
I'm
ahead.
getting
Go
I'm
ahead.
getting
Let
to
me,
my I'm getting to my point here.
go ahead,
finish your
information.
The point that's true, that there's different viruses, but everything we know about viruses, everything we know is what they have told us.
Right. We're
So
back at
if the
that point. Go ahead.
so check it out. CDC has been so inconsistent. Even the guy who ran the CDC under Donald Trump. Remember, Donald Trump was in office.
Mhm.
Then Biden put his own administration in. He had an interview that was on CNN. Remember, folks? And it's funny how you don't hear from him anymore. And the CDC director said himself that he believed that this was created in a laboratory. It was man or human modified,
Right.
because he
We
said it
got
was
that.
something. This is a guy that was head of CDC, and you don't
We
hear
got
from him
that. Right.
anymore.
Right.
My boy that's a chemical engineer, worked in biological weapons. He told me that it's modified. He says
Mhm.
anything that can live, anything that goes airborne. As soon as they tell you it's airborne, that
That must
is
be why it caught me.
modified. He say
Yeah,
in the
that must be why it
military,
caught me.
everything that we've been doing around this virus is military. When they say stay 6 feet apart, quarantine, all the
Mhm.
language that we're using is military related language that they use in the military. So he said that this all smells of modification. Now, before I end here, the reason why I said what I said in the beginning about how we are triggered as Americans is because if you were to go to China, and I got two guys I know that live in China right now, and
Mhm.
when this whole thing broke out, they said, don't listen to Chinese media, don't listen to American media about this virus. I'm
That's
over
big
here in
right there.
China. This is what's really going on. And what
That's
he
big
said
right there.
is that they weren't telling the truth. And if you were living in China right now, you would know what a goddamn lockdown is. Because in China, if you go outside, they whoop your ass. In China, they put
I
tape
heard.
across your door. He lived there. He filmed this shit. He said this is what they did. At one point in time, I think a couple of weeks ago, they said you can't go to parks, you can't go here, you can't go there. The only people on this planet who know what a true lockdown is, because we are very privileged as Americans, are people who live in dictatorship countries like China.
Yes.
Do you know in
Yes.
Mexico, right near me, because I'm in California, they were actually shooting people in Mexico, in parts of Mexico, who did not have a mask on. If you got caught without a mask and you tried to argue with the police, they would shoot your ass. So
I
what
hadn't
I'm
heard about
saying
that.
to you is that as we as Americans become triggered by this virus and
Right.
triggered by not wanting to wear a mask and not having our certain freedoms, we actually don't really know what a true lockdown is.
We
Because if you
don't.
were living in China right now, your ass would be really having something to complain about.
You
This
can go
whole
back to
thing about,
communist Germany
right
too.
now, I'm in
Right.
California. This is the deal. You guys, everybody talked about this. If you work in the private sector, because it's private, they could mandate you to, of course, take this vaccine against your will because you're in the private sector. Now, I work in the state sector. Right now, within the federal government and the state sector, right as it is right now, they're requiring you to either take the test, I mean, either be tested or you've got to take the vaccine.
Let me
As
stop
of
you there.
right
Let me stop
now.
you there. I just
Yes,
saw an
sir.
article from the CDC director about 2-3 days ago, because federal employees are required to wear masks now indoors and all that stuff. They just
Right.
came down with those new rules
Right.
a couple days ago. The CDC director says she is not going to make it mandatory for federal employees to get vaccinated because actually I forgot why she said because, but the story was on Microsoft Edge. Anybody can pull it up. CDC director on federal employees
Mhm.
with mask mandates. That's where I read it.